Oh, shoot, truth team. We are back in the building. I know y'all like, what the fuck? Y'all know how it is when a child get a new toy. That's how I feel right now. So make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. And without further ado, yo hookah, what it do?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Hookah Anonymous, and you are now rocking with Mickey Truth. She live up to her name, not the fame. So make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and stay updated on what's real. Bye.
Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world.
Good reporting ass Mickey.
We love you, Mickey.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Mickey Truth. Hey, they done messed up and let me get a voice changes because your girl been over here playing around with this thing all afternoon. So that's why it sounded weird in the beginning, because that was me playing with the gadgets. But yeah, so I have been saying for a minute that I'm gonna do a YSL recap, and I have yet to do it. So I decided, since I'm over here playing with stuff anyway, to get on live and see what's going on with the YSL Rico trial. Now, let me tell y'all something. Before we get into all that, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. And one thing that people did not tell me about these lights is that they're bright and they stress me out. So we're going to go ahead and cut these lights off. Turn off the light and let your candle. Where's the other one? Whew, there we go. Because let me tell you, I had the lights on the last time. Well, I guess I have a phone call real quick. Yo. Nah, it wasn't set in stone. I'm actually on live right now. I said I was going to talk about it. I just saw everybody talking about it. All right. Let me see. So it seems like as I was preparing for live that the news broke of rapper G Herbo getting 3 years probation. And a lot of people want to know because he was facing more time. And was it set in stone or not? So I think we're gonna, talk about that also. Eventually. We're gonna talk about, of course, the YSL case. And really pretty much anything that we have not yet talked about. Okay, because y'all know between being sick, between trying to adjust into like getting into a new field for 2024, I kind of being a little lax on keeping up with the content. So nevertheless, we're gonna get to it. Now, as far as G Herbo, because I actually ran his case a couple months back with his plea agreement and all that. Wasn't no shady shit on his plea agreement. But you do know sentencing is up to the judge and based on the guidelines. So the max, what everybody was running with, is the max he could have got. He could have got up to XYZ. Now I'm gonna tell you this: to get off on 3 years probation is great because they was frauding. It was crazy. Y'all have to check out that video and get up to date because a lot of things I don't remember. But I do recall part of his plea was that it was an estimate amount of time he could have got with the max being 5 years. Not saying that they said he was going to get 5 years. Okay. So everybody do not panic. Okay. It does not mean any shaky stuff is going on with G Herbo. Okay. But that's that. This mic and headphones pick up everything. Cause like I actually had to look to the side just now, thinking my granddaughter was by me. For real, for real. I'm trying to make sure we get to God dang. It's picking up everything. Hold on, what the world? Let me kind of take that down. So shit. All right, so girl, I want to just go ahead and get started because it kind of like I wasn't planning on coming on live, right? But I decided to because I was over here catching up on some things. So we're gonna watch some clips of everybody and their mama have been doing the YSL trial. For those who don't know, before we get into the YSL trial, is that YFN Lucci is currently going through jury selection. So his trial will start, sometime in the near future. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that's gonna be the trial I will follow. More in depth than the YSL, because originally when the YSL trial first took off, I was on it. However, taking so long for it to finally like take place, I kind of lost interest in it in a way, and then now everybody's like flooded. Shout out to everybody though that is covering it because y'all keep me up to date, especially on Twitter. Shout out to infamous Sylvia. She definitely holds it down on Twitter along with Boom. That gives seems like real time updates. And I believe she's covering not only the YSL but YFN Lucci on trial too. So y'all make sure y'all tap in on Twitter because that's where you get the real deal, holy feel in real time. So let's take a look. So I thought, you know what, we're gonna have to use. I thought Law and Crime hadn't broken down, but I guess not. We can't be okay. What page am I looking for? And I'm looking for a particular page. Okay, there she go. All right, so I'm gonna check out Megan Cuffniff because she definitely be on her ish too. If y'all do not know who that is, she covered the Tory Lanez trial also. She has been doing a good job with breaking down pieces to the case. But I'm trying to there we go. So we're gonna use her page to kind of see the big moments because y'all know I ain't even trying to watch no 3, 4, 5, 6 hour video. I think they're like on day 16 or something. That's too much for me. All right, so let's see here. Now what I do want to get into, because I saw some stuff on Instagram that said they were saying basically LeBron James was gang and all types of stuff. It seems like they're like definitely pushing it. But nevertheless, we're going to get into that. So while I'm in the process of getting that done, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl, Make It Truth. And as always, hold on, y'all. I'm still getting used to why is it still talking to me? That's kind of weird. I don't hear it in my headphones. I hear it on the computer. But nevertheless, I'm gonna get it adjusted. So let's take a listen.
Mr. Williams going on a tour of the United States of America and performing in year 2015.
I know about the rodeo tour, but I've never seen the book before.
That's fine. That's fine. Tell the ladies and gentlemen, jury, if the rodeo tour was Mr. Williams touring and performing throughout America.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember he was touring with another artist?
Yes.
Do you remember who that artist is?
Yes.
What's the artist's name?
Travis Scott.
Okay. And do you remember that tour started? Let me take a moment.
I'm gonna be honest. Mr. Tick, since he's been on the stand, seems like forever. It at least has been about 5 days, if not more. It's like we have seen him transform. He started off seeming like he was a little off, like he didn't, know anything, remember anything, couldn't count. Remember, he made clear to say he couldn't count. But now it's like his appearance is better. I wonder if the prosecution asked him, like, hey, can you like look like something tomorrow or something like that? Because it seems like, and again, all of this is for entertainment and heavy on the entertainment. But my opinion on it seems like when he started to actually tell, he started to care about his appearance. But that's just the way I'm looking at it. It could have just been a conversation that the prosecution has, because just like with the defense, okay, the defense will have their client dressed a certain way. Maybe they got gang tattoos on their arms and neck. Okay, you'll wear a turtleneck. You know, if you have tattoos that can be covered up with makeup, they may, do the makeup. But for the most part, most people that's on trial have too many tattoos to put makeup on. But anyway, so I feel like maybe the prosecution had that conversation with him, like, hey, on Monday, I need you to comb your hair. I need you to like, don't look like you're about to go hunting, things like that. I'm just wondering exactly how that goes with that. But let's get back into it.
On February 28th, 2015, do you remember approximately that date? That's okay. Do you remember the cities and the states that were toured?
No.
Do you remember California? Does that sound right?
It's the
So I know that it was like Western states. That's why it was named rodeo or something like that.
And were you allowed to go on part of that tour?
Yes.
And do you remember what city or cities or state or states you went to?
No.
That's okay. And do you remember there came a time that you and others were accused of wrongdoing on that tour?
No shit. And they robbing on the tour.
And that is committing crime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember Jeffrey Williams repaying any victim of those crimes?
Oh, shit.
But I ain't commit no crime, though.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember him? I'm not saying you did, but
it was a liability. It's still a liability.
Somebody thought you did, right?
Yeah.
True?
True.
Do you remember Mr. Williams paying people who lost their property, trying to make it right? You remember that?
I don't know like what happened, what ended up happening behind the allegation.
I couldn't hear you.
I said I don't know what ended up happening about behind it.
Okay. Is it fair to tell, ladies and gentlemen, jury, that you were sent home from that tour?
I was sent home.
You were told by Jeffrey that you could not continue, right?
Right.
Okay, so when the district attorney asked you later that year on your birthday, why weren't you in Louisiana? You were actually sent home from a tour, right?
Yeah.
Now, the district attorney said a lot of questions to you about YSL like they're one. You remember all those questions, like YSL's like a group, always together? You remember all those questions?
He said shit getting real now.
I stand the questions to form. You can rephrase it.
Okay. Do you remember questions about YSL is together? Remember that? Her asking you those questions?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Williams, from early life, he was not on Cleveland Avenue much, was he?
I'm not on my parents' health insurance anymore, and I work for myself.
Dude, like, you getting into shit that's not covered in this plea deal. I don't know if I want to answer it.
Nah, not early.
He separated from Cleveland Avenue because he was working, right?
I don't know what the reason was, but yeah, he went there.
And he was working at the same craft that he does today. He's a performer, right?
Yeah.
And you knew that eventually he had homes, various homes, right?
I know.
You never knew he had homes
Ain't
in
no
California?
Oh, I know now, but yeah.
Okay. And you weren't with him, right?
Yeah.
He didn't put you on the lease, right?
No.
He didn't take you with him, right?
Right.
He didn't pay for you to get out of Cleveland Avenue, right?
Right.
In fact,
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like in his mind at this moment, he's like, you know what? That ninja definitely left me here in the ghetto. I'm glad I'm sitting my tail on this stand to tell on him. But I will say, I'm starting to notice the clips I've been watching of Tick on the Stand. At certain times when he's not sure of like if the question is covered under his plea agreement, he kind of started blinking his eyes and kind of like looking around or like hesitating to answer. Does anybody else get that vibe from him? I definitely get the vibe from him, but let's continue. I think it's like we probably got 6 more moments of this. If I said 6 more moments, 6 more minutes of this, but depending on how the next few seconds go, we may go to the next clip, but it just seems like he wasn't expecting to be asked about that tour.
he didn't do that for anybody there that you grew up with, right?
I know about me.
Okay, we'll talk about you. But Jeffrey would encourage you, isn't it true? And gave you opportunities to have a job with him if you wanted it, right?
He encouraged me to start selling drugs.
One more time?
I said he would encourage me to start selling drugs.
Yeah.
So hold on. But see, this is where they tell you when you start leveling up, it's not about having loyalty to the people that you grew up with, who was with struggle with you. It's about continuing to grow or get to the next level. Because it sounds like ultimately what's biting Thug in his ass is the fact that he continued to be some type of bridge to his friends that didn't want to leave the hood. And now those same friends, this guy just said, hey, he encouraged me not to sell drugs anymore, right? But you're sitting here, I mean, he literally, they just said, pay back for items that allegedly he stole and other people stole. And you're sitting on a stand, okay? Being a state witness against that same man. That's wild. Now, I will say, in my opinion, okay, I will be honest, probably early on in his career, maybe he dabbled a little bit more into things. However, it sounds like once he actually became Young Thug, that we know as the rapper, he distanced himself, but not far enough. And this is the main reason why sometimes you extend that olive branch. If they don't take you, need to cut their ass off because, again, ain't no loyalty in the streets. You see it almost every state at this point. Tick started off his testimony saying, I called Thug my brother, right? Then he's saying now he encouraged me to stop selling drugs. But I'm sitting on the stand testifying against him. My wrongdoings is now going to be tied to this man and 5 others that's sitting at the defense table. It's wild to me. It's an unfortunate situation, but let it be a lesson to anybody that may be living the life they think is supposed to be real. Ain't no realness in the streets. The realest thing you can do is get out the streets and away from the people that don't want to get out the streets. But let's continue.
He wanted you to stop committing crime, right? Tell the truth.
Yeah.
And he offered you jobs like you can carry bags for the group when they tour, right? Tell the
They didn't
truth.
want to do that.
Yeah.
And he gave you opportunities to try, I'm not saying it's for everybody, but try to perform rap music in the studio, right?
Yes.
He gave you opportunities, if you wanted it, to possibly try to organize, because they do a lot of packing up the equipment.
Okay, pause real quick. I just got a question for anybody, and I'm gonna give my response to it. Have you ever been in a situation where you may have something going on, whether it's your own business or maybe you have an opportunity? Hey, Megan, how are you? Bored on what's up? Maybe have an opportunity that you can provide to somebody, and they kind of think they're better than to do it. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all a situation. I had a friend at one point. Zaria, what's up? This is a lie. Y'all thought this was yes, I'm actually here. So I had a friend before, okay. I had just started my cleaning business. It really wasn't a lot of jobs coming in, but I had to start picking up some steam. Now I was still working my day job, but I needed somebody, right, that could, if someone called on demand for service, somebody, okay, that could do those jobs for me since I would be at work. So this particular friend had no job, okay, no job, no job. I thought of her because we had conversations where it was like, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? I don't have, so I'm like, okay, boom. So I say, hey, can you be on call for me if someone calls with, a request? Because I was trying to get in with a lot of the property management companies. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. So I had a job come in, right? I called her. She's like, okay, yeah, I got you. So when I'm like, okay, I need you there by this time. Man, I don't know. I really don't feel like going. Hold on. Now, for one, I'm looking out for you, trying to give you some money in your pocket. But two, this is my business, okay? You agreed to it, had me accept the job, and now you're telling me you can't even do it, right? So I said, you know what? Cool. I end up getting off my job to go handle it because, like I said, I had just started the company, just started really get some buzz, didn't want to have a bad taste with nobody, right? So I go take care of it. Now, fast forward to a couple of weeks later, this same friend, lights got cut off. And she had an audacity to hit me up. And I said, oh, that is such a shame. Such a shame. Guess what? If your ass would have went to the job that you stated you was going to do, guess what? You would have had income, and then the other jobs after would have went to you. I would have gave you first dibs, but I had to go to an outside source, meaning I had to hire somebody that wasn't a friend of mine or a relative of mine to get the job done. So I say all this to say, it seems like Thug was giving them opportunities, especially Tick, opportunities to do things, and they thought they was too good to do it. Although they could have went legit, and maybe, just maybe, none of them would have been sitting here charged or pleading out to Rico cases. And this is just a lesson to, again, I know people that like the thug shit, the street shit. They think it's nothing better. They're not going to go work a job because it's not cool to work a job. They're going to take the risk in the streets. But if you're trying to level up, you're going to have to leave them where they at. And I hope Thug realizes that now. And if he does get the opportunity to walk free again, that he will never make this mistake again. But I just had to ask, have y'all dealt with that? Y'all let me know. Let's get back to it.
And the luggage, right? And pack for people, right?
It was an opportunity for me, man.
But you wanted the instant money like a theft, right?
Yeah. Answer the question, sir.
I wasn't trying to do none of this stuff, man.
I can't hear you.
So I wasn't trying to do none of this stuff.
I don't know what you need. Just explain your answer, baby.
Yeah, I want instant money. Yeah.
And what Jeffrey was offering you is not, he wasn't just going to give you money, but he gave you opportunities to change your life, right?
Most definitely was an opportunity.
I couldn't hear
Yes,
you.
it was an opportunity.
And he gave opportunities, if you know, to everybody in poverty. True? If they wanted to work hard.
I'm going to check speculation regarding everyone in power.
I sustain the objection. It's overbroad. Go ahead and rephrase it, sir.
To your knowledge, Jeffrey made that same commitment to other people who were struggling. True?
I'm going to object.
Still, same issue, Mr. Steele. I'm sustaining the objection. It's overbroad. So rephrase it, please.
I mean,
Do you know whether Jeffrey made that offer to others?
they'll say here's that.
Still broad.
Epidemic Sound have advanced
That is
search filters to help you easily find the exact.
God dang, all these commercials now, Megan. Shoot, shout out to Megan though.
You get more specific? More specific?
Did Jeffrey give an opportunity for lawful work in YSL record company music to other people?
Foundation.
If you know.
I sustain the objection.
Hey, so you can already tell they ain't trying to hear that because it's painting a picture that in all actuality you're painting Young Thug to be this criminal mastermind of this organization, but in actuality he wasn't even really a part of said criminal enterprise. He hadn't got away from it. And now again, it doesn't erase any sins, right? But he had got away from it. He was offering opportunity to those to do something more with their life, and in the end he is now paying the price for it. That is something. Okay, let's transition into another one that I'm be honest, that actually makes me a little mad because I've been through that situation with people where you try your best to look out, but looking out bites you in your butt. Now I never had to get bit that hard where I'm on trial, okay, facing all this time, but it's unfortunate for sure. All right, let's get into
The same
another.
person at the
Hold up, my bad, y'all. I don't know
the same
why
person at the
it's
jury.
playing when I'm not ready for it to play. That's a little aggy. But let me bring it up. So we're going to get into the next clip. And again, I still feel, even so far, not even watching the full trial, it seems like they still are reaching. But let's get into this clip, which is titled is Young Thug copying Lil Wayne.
Jurors have been heard about through your testimony a lot. Is that fair to say? The person you really like?
Yes.
The artist? And do you know his real name to be Dwayne Carter?
Yes.
And this is the same Mr. Carter you spoke about who was under and worked with Brian Birdman Williams. Is that the same person?
Yes.
All right. Now, on this picture, Mr. Williams, number 31.
So I just got a question again. Does this though, like, right, Boredom? I definitely think they're reaching. They're trying to put, because when I saw them say LeBron James was like a blood and that Serena Williams was doing a crip walk, I said, Lord Jesus, what do we have here? Okay. But I want to ask this, okay? Does rappers, that again, it's an image. Unfortunately, it's an image that a lot of us like to buy into, okay? And you know what I'm saying? Play into. But do you think it goes too far? Because as you can see, and we haven't even listened to this whole clip yet, but you know, Lil Wayne got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-point stars going around his chest. You know what I'm saying? So is that a little too much? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. I feel Tick is in character and he is making sure to testify in a way to get Thug home. I doubt it. And the reason why I'm not buying the whole Tick is ensuring Thug is coming home, because again, this ain't Tick first rodeo as a material witness for the state, right? However, I feel like they coached him to a certain point, but they wasn't expecting, like, still to ask questions that fell out of line. So although it seems like he may be leaving some things out, I honestly feel like he just wasn't prepared to answer those questions. He wasn't prepared for them to, for example, say, well, didn't you steal something on the, on the tour? You see, he still kind of, no, but yeah, I got sent home. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just don't feel like he's prepared to go in detail about things that's not covered in that plea agreement. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't trying to get no extra charges. And we all know, if you don't deliver when you be in a goddamn bed with no people, you'll be back in jail for anything. Braun is gang. Yeah, he definitely already signed that. He took a plea, he will help the state or go back, right? Facts. Now, every defendant on the YSL case, okay, had to answer questions in regards to their crimes they're pleading guilty to. So, with that being said, there's no way around helping Thug. Thug is charged with count 1, the actual Rico. Every crime that the defendants that took pleas pled guilty to is part of that conspiracy, part of that racketeering, part of that Rico. So ultimately, whether he gets on there, unless his tail get on there and say nothing and take his ass back to jail for all the years that he was on probation, he's not helping Thug in no way. Of course, this is my opinion. Other people may say otherwise, but you got to look at the whole picture. Somebody, okay, that had to answer and agree to certain details of the crime to get the plea, understand the state is gonna get what they want out of that person. Whether he scratches his head, say I can't count, say 2 + 2 is 17 or whatever, they're still gonna get what they need from him. And it's up to the defense to play ball harder to, again, knock down their credibility. If they say he got that plea and didn't understand it, will throw off the whole case, they're not going to admit that. So it's hard to say you didn't understand a plea when you do a plea, right? Your lawyer's supposed to talk to you, may sign it, but then you have to go to a plea hearing, and Tick's plea hearing is actually on Law and Crime, right? And the judge goes over the plea with you line by line and asks you, do you understand and all that? So that's going to be hard. Now, you can ultimately appeal and say, hey, my lawyer didn't explain this or that to me. But in this case, I doubt that's what's going to take place. Because again, wasn't he one of the ones who got like 15 to 30 years? And I actually can bring up his plea agreement. I just have to find it. But it would be a reach for him. And to be honest, do you really want to play those games? Because he was one of the ones who got the heavier probation. Do you think it's a chance that the day he met up with Steele before his testimony that he coached him? I doubt that he coached him per se. You know what I'm saying? He may have put a bug in his ear, because I'll be honest, shout out to Brian Steele, but let's be real. Anybody that is an attorney or a lawyer to rappers, they got to have a certain level of understanding of street code and street life, okay? This guy has definitely been the go-to lawyer for years and years and years, okay? I have saw a lot of even old cases when I do my research where he was indeed the lawyer. To be honest, okay, Brian Steele was on the Soulja Boy shooting case for the guy that Soulja Boy shot. So he's been around for a long time. So in my opinion, I'm not gonna say he coached them, but he probably just let them know, like, okay, now you know I'm going to have to ask you these questions or whatever. I definitely feel like he probably just let them know reality, in so many ways. They were talking about Tick being coached by his attorney and using code in court. Did anybody catch that too? No, I didn't catch that. So, but I'm gonna tell you this, and if Tick's attorney, right, is coaching him, that's okay, right? Because at the end of the day, his job is to make sure his client does not do anything that can violate his plea deal, right? His job is to make sure that he doesn't put too much out there that can lead to another investigation into his client. So if Tick's attorney coached him, then that's fine, because guess what? Every state witness in every case always meets with the prosecution, right? And that's even on federal cases, because FBI Butter, when he was on the stand, the defense brought up that he had to meet back in October with the prosecution to prepare for trial. So every state or federal witness for the prosecution goes through coaching. And I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the defense doesn't do it also, but for sure, witnesses for the prosecution definitely go with it. And you can, for those who probably don't even know much about trials, ever been to one, you can look on Law and Order. They do it all the time, right? So I hope they seen Lifestyle video and realize their music group, they all want to sing along. I did hear that they played that in court today. Now, this is just where it kind of, like, the lines get blurred, right? It's one thing, like, for example, let's use Plies, right? Plies has made it clear, like, hey, I'm making music, but this ain't nothing with me. Now, my brother, he done did time. This his shit. It ain't on me. So, like, when somebody make clear, like, I ain't talking about me, even if he is talking about, he publicly has said he's not talking about himself. But when you have people that, quote unquote, it's proven that you're living the lifestyle, and then you come and you make music to match your lifestyle, that's the problem, right? Almost every single one of them that took the plea deal will end up right back in there, the terms of probation, for the amount of time they won't make it. Well, they definitely won't make it still on Cleveland Avenue for sure. Case in point, Young Thug's brother. That's how he ended up back in jail for 9.5 years, because he stayed in the same area. I'm gonna be honest, and this is just a rule of thumb. I remember me and my daddy having a conversation. I was like, yo, everybody can't come out of the hole in their known environment. And he was like, oh, this, I'm fine. I'm like, Daddy, you may need to change the scenery. Some people, I'm going to say, don't have the willpower to fight against the demons in their surroundings that they have known their whole life. You know what I'm saying? Some people can. It's some people that can live in their same communities and level up with no problem. But it's some people, even if they want to do well, they're going to always relapse, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I like to use my dad as an example, because he's a prime example of being a product of his environment, but choosing not to leave his environment. And that's why he's fighting probably the 100 case of his life from being in that same area. I don't know why that's so loud. Y'all got excuse, okay? My grandbaby, she just seems so loud in my headphones. To my understanding, they are still deliberating in Chicago. I'm pretty sure when that hit, everybody under the sun is going to talk about it. But to my understanding, they are still deliberating in Chicago. Yes, Drew Findley is definitely another one. So I'm telling y'all, when I make it, I'm gonna have to get them on retainer myself, okay? But this is just unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, so far from what I'm hearing and seeing, and the young let me tell y'all, for those who have not watched my video, Young Thug was almost destined to end up in this situation. His name has been part of investigations, even on the federal level. I traced back to like 2008, 2009. So ultimately, it was inevitable for it to happen because he would not cut ties with the homies. Okay. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's like you may have been the chief in command, you know what I'm saying, when you was broke, right? When you ain't really had nothing, you had to do what you had to do. But once you become somebody, you got to get the fuck out of the way because we all know karma just comes back around. You know what I'm saying? He may have felt like, okay, if I did rent a car over 10 years ago, right? That's not gonna do that. Now I'm out the way. I don't even be on Cleveland Avenue no more. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately it did because the people that you're still associating with is leading back to you. For example, since we brought up Chicago, y'all do recall in the O Block trial when it was going on, they tried to pull Chief Keef, who has, from our point of view anyway, been in California for years and years and years, with don't even go back to Chicago, but they ultimately tried to tie his ass back into the case. So it's kind of like, probably what saved him is that he cut ties with those in that circle. But from what they're saying, Thug did not. Thug was still trying to give out opportunities. But let's get back into the video.
Do you notice any tattooing of the face of Lil Wayne?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have tattoos on your face?
Yes.
And does Mr. Williams or Jeffrey?
Yes.
All right. Now, I'd like to specifically talk, if you don't mind, about the neckline of Lil Wayne. You see it in Mr. Williams number 31. Can you identify or see whether this is correct? Do you see some stars around the neckline?
Yes.
And how many stars do you count?
Dang, I had just figured that out.
How many points are on the stars?
5.
And what color are the stars? And there may be multiple colors. You can name them all if you want. So what's the predominant color, if you think there is one predominant?
Red.
All right. Now, this gentleman is an entertainer.
My bad, y'all. I was talking on mute. One thing I never understood is the gang markings on rappers. Now, again, some street dudes gonna have them and then they turn rappers, but rappers, right, that start off without them, I don't know why they mark up themselves with it. That's like a walking billboard, because you don't even have to be in a game to understand a 5-point star and what it relates to when it comes to games, or a 6-point star and what it relates to when it comes to games. So it's always kind of funny to me when I see the markings on rappers, because I'm just like, bro, it's crazy. If Fanny gets this bar removed from DA, could that impact any of these cases that she brought forward, or will that be something for appeals? It will definitely be something for appeal. So once someone is convicted, right, you have to go through everything, got to go through appeal. Even if they found evidence of something, right, it has to be brought back to the court. So it's not like something they can just come and say, oh, well, for example, like you said, if Fannie Willis is disbarred or whatever, and they found that it was misconduct in office, your lawyer has to be the one to still come back and file that paperwork to get that appeal based on that. They're not going to automatically do it. Even when the laws change, for example, if y'all remember Deion Gatlin, aka Cuff, who is currently doing Fed time, he has since a law has passed and he's back in court to try to get his sentence reduced based on the law. His lawyer had to file that. The same thing with Big Meech. You know, they're saying his time may be cut and he may get out sooner because of a change in the law. So your lawyer has to be up on it. So if you have a shitty lawyer and you don't really conversate with people, you will be sitting there. You know, they still have to do it on their end. Now, what I will say here is, even if Fannie Willis is disbarred, it's very important to the reason why she is disbarred. Because if it's not anything dealing with misconduct in office or misconduct on cases, she can be disbarred all day long. It's not going to help Young Thug. It's not going to help Wife and Lucha or anybody else that she has taken down on these Rico cases or any other case. So that's very important. The same way, like, for example, with mistrials, it's all about the reason for the mistrial. Because if a mistrial, again, in the YNW Melly case, it's a mistrial, but he's going again for another trial, and he still didn't get bond. But if he would have got a mistrial due to prosecutorial misconduct, he would have been done. He would have been freed, at least on the murder cases, right? So that's always important. The reason that things happen will make a difference in how it will impact a case or a defendant.
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And by entertainer, he does movies, right?
Yes.
He does social appearances, like you went to go see him at he wasn't performing, but he's just appearing at a club, right?
Yes.
He does clearly music, fair to say?
Yes.
And he's one of the icons of music. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And he's been like that since he's been a child. Is that true?
Yes.
And he's still like that today?
Yes.
And do you know, if you don't know, that's fine, but do you know that he was born in the early 1980s?
I don't know about that.
Do you know if he's older than you? How about that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if he's older than Jeffrey?
Yes.
All right. Would you agree that he's approximately, and if you don't know, just say I don't know, a decade or 10 years rather, older than you and Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Okay. And he was already well-known, famous, and popular for music and other entertainment by the time you met Jeffrey in about 2007. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. When he has these stars around his neck, he also sings in some songs about gangs. Is that true?
Yeah, neighborhood and stuff. Yeah.
And that goes to entertainment as well, right?
Yes.
And his videos show things like red hats, 5-point stars. He sings about that. He shows it, right?
Yeah.
It's entertainment, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
I stand the objections.
Is it entertainment to you?
Your Honor, objection to relevance and speculation as to the meaning or significance.
I sustain the objection, Mr. Steele.
Now, my thing with this, because if y'all don't recall, Lil Wayne was on the original witness list, right? That they wanted to call him. So I'm kind of confused to why they objecting to everything about Lil Wayne if indeed they wanted him to be a witness, because one of the acts that they put into the original indictment was his tour bus getting shot up. But you know, that's why I always tell y'all, when it comes to like the courtroom and how it goes, it's not just black and white. It's like a game, right? It's like, well, okay, although I want to say this and use this, if you use it in your advantage, I'm going to object to it and I'm going to say, hey, it's not relevant, right? And then, you know, the judge, depending on how they feel. So again, it's like a different set of rules. And at the same time, that's what made trials in court so interesting. That's why I'm always up in the courtroom watching and observing and learning different things, because it's definitely entertaining for sure. Right. Shout out to Jersey. But for the most part, I'm kind of bored with that one because it just seems like the defense, which they should be trying to do, is to show like Young Thug isn't the only rapper or artist, right, that utilizes gang, possible gang ties or whatever. I get it, but at the same time, it's just like it's just, just a reach. All right, so let's get into one more of the videos here. And then I'm just gonna say kind of where I'm at with it. Because it's just like I told y'all ever since I did a live and followed the what's the thing called? When they brought in the lyrics. I just knew then this was about to be a bunch of BS. Right. So let's check it out.
Mr. Stevens, you remember this from GQ magazine?
Yes.
You remember it being in 2016?
I don't remember the date, but I remember the magazine.
I couldn't hear you.
I don't remember the date. I remember the magazine.
And do you remember this being a highlight on Jeffrey in GQ magazine?
Yeah.
And were there, I know you don't remember, but were there other pictures? I'm not saying you remember them, but do you remember other pictures?
I don't remember that particular picture.
Okay. And it may be obvious to some, but what color is Jeffrey wearing in the shirt?
Blue.
And white?
Blue and white.
Okay. And how about the pants?
Blue.
Okay. You can take it down, Mr. Kokomo, and thank you so much. I'm going to show you what's been already marked and I believe admitted into evidence 12U. May I approach your honor? Yes, sir. And if
so the fact that they're talking about colors that they wear is crazy. Because I'm gonna be honest, I have definitely seen allegedly gang members wear other colors besides the base color for their gang. So I kind of see that that's where they was going with it. Not you was singing along the lifestyle. Oh, did they play Rich Homie Quan part? Now, I have been waiting, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have been waiting. Hold on, okay. Y'all know I don't even supposed to be at this setup. I was supposed to be at the other setup, but I started recording my podcast again, and this is what I'm using for the podcast. So I just decided to go live over here, but this thing is in my way of the camera. But nevertheless, okay. I wonder if Rich Homie Quan is still going to take the stand. See, I've been waiting to see who's going to take the stand to determine when I'm going to make my visit to Atlanta. However, it seems like a lot of witnesses are being moved around this go around. But I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna still be asked to come because his dad barbershop shooting is included. Okay. I was saying, but back in the day, the color thing was real. It wasn't no wearing other colors. Well, we know now things are definitely different. Okay. And let's just use, I'm only gonna stick to like self-proclaimed gangbangers as rappers. So Quando Rondo has a whole video with him in blue, with him in red, and all types of stuff. So now it's not too heavy on it. At least in the South. Let me because I don't know about everywhere, but at least in the South, they're not too stuck on colors like that. Now, they may have on a blue outfit, but they may have a red flag in the back pocket. And of course, depending on what side the flag is on will determine a lot of things. So, it's kind of like a little different in different places. But my opinion, right? Well, with Rich Homie Quan, Rich Homie Quan was actually already subpoenaed and signed for it. Now, Birdman did not get subpoenaed, but Rich Homie Quan did. He was supposed to he was originally supposed to testify a year ago. So I don't know how the subpoena thing will work if he has to be reserved, but he was already served his subpoena and signed for it, him and his father over last February. But it's interesting just because again, what will he say? What would, he have to offer to it? And I'll be honest, if y'all check out my live from when I broke down the witness list, I went over to Rich Homie Quan because that was when I was supposed to go last year. So I'm trying to wait it out. This particular trial It's set to go on for months and months. So I got plenty of time to get there. Like I said, the YSL and Lucci trial is about to be underway. They are picking a jury. Hopefully, they don't have the problems like they had with YSL, and it takes a year to pick a jury. But once that trial starts, I will start covering that from the beginning. And like I said, YSL in the beginning, if y'all check back to like last year, I was up on it because we actually thought it was going to take place, but they drug it out so much, your girl just got like over it. I didn't start covering other things. So YF and Lucci, though, we're going to cover that from start to finish. I'm hoping Law and Crime will stream that one. If not, though, like I said, it's other people covering the trial. So we're going to definitely cover it from start to finish daily once the trial gets underway. I will touch down in Atlanta and attend a couple days of Lucci trial and also Thug's trial between now and the time that the trial's ending. I am going to be covering Honeycomb Brazy's case too. I just made the decision to do that case. So as far as if I'm going to go in person to any of his trials, would just depends. Well, any of his hearings would just depends on when his hearings will be taking place. Because it's so new, it could take a while. Again, I will be following Quando Rondo's case, federal case, and state case. Whenever things start moving around, I will continue to follow that. I'm trying to catch the trials when they first begin, okay? Because you kind of can get lost in the sauce when you wait a little, like YSL, right? When it's so far gone, so much stuff that has happened, and get kind of watered down. So I'm gonna continue to look at other hip hop trials and cases that's going on, so that this year we can be more in active trials. Now, a couple of y'all recall, I always say, how do you pronounce his name? Alex McDowell. So he will be back in court for something. And I'm glad I thought about it. I need to check when he will be back in court, because the last time he went to court, I missed it. But I'm going to pull up when he does go back to court. Okay. I will be doing an update soon on the Takeoff murder case. No trial date has been set, but he does, Patrick Clark does have a hearing coming up soon. Not really sure what type of hearing it is, but it's not the trial. But, they like to sneak in and sneak out with that. Matter of fact, while I'm on here, I do need to look something up real quick, because Lil Kim, if y'all recall, Lil Kim, Yellow Hoodie, he should have got sentenced already. So hold on. I can't even see my computer. Let's see if he got sentenced yet. All right. I can't even see the screen. So I'm going to take a look, because he was supposed to get sentenced at the beginning of this month. I got a notification about it. So I'm going to check it out. I'll drop a little video and let y'all know if he did get sentenced. I haven't even did a Boosie update, but obviously he's doing okay, because he had a court hearing mid-December. He's still on live talking and moving around. So boom. Okay, so that was the civil one. So he will be back in court, and I believe, if I was watching the news here, and they were saying he is challenging something, but hey, our state attorney was like, hey, he can challenge what he wants. He's still gonna be in there for life. But matter of fact, I'll do a video on it, because I was just scrolling through the news trying to see what was going on, and it popped up. So I'll do a video on the Alex McDowell, what's going on, because he has definitely been making some motions in the news outlets here. So I just know I did hear him saying that they're going back to court for something. So I'll do an update on that. I'm trying to think what else we got going on. If y'all have not checked out my last video, I did the OnlyFans model murder case update. So what y'all will notice this go round is that it's gonna be, although don't get me wrong, I love doing rappers for sure. Their trials and their cases. But to expand, okay, the opportunity to attend trials and hearings, I have to expand more into entertainment. So I will be doing more besides just rappers. I will be doing models, actresses, actors. So I'm going to be, again, transitioning into covering more cases beyond just our standard rap culture, right? However, I'm still going to be covering rap culture. Another thing is, let me see, I'm trying to remember everything I had to say. Yeah, so y'all just make sure y'all tap in with the content. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And we're going to try to find as many cases to, tap into in the beginning to see it through. Young Dolph trial, murder trial should be, the last time I checked, should be, okay, coming soon. I have to check on it because y'all know they be getting a little shaky. Like I said, no trial date set, okay, for the Mode 3 murder. No trial date. So just FYI, no trial date. Okay, it's set for the Mode 3 murder. So again, if y'all know I do have certain cases I won't follow. Okay. But don't be afraid to send me something and let me know of cases that you may come across. I may not cover, I may do cover. For those who have been with me since the takeoff case, y'all already know how it go. I kind of got away from doing it because I got so bombarded and so closed off into the snitching epidemic, right? Although that never been what I wanted to do. I kind of got tossed into that algorithm, and now I'm trying to get away from that algorithm and get more back into my research, back into covering actual cases and trials. So I appreciate everybody that have been rocking out with me. Okay, Zara just hit me up with it. So yeah. So y'all will see a lot of transition. I'm prepared to take a hit view-wise for sure. I'm prepared because it is a transition. And a lot of times, my fellow comrades, YouTubers, like, oh, that is going to mess up your channel. But listen, I'm willing to take whatever hit I need to get back in line. Because again, y'all, like I said, this snitching thing is just getting drawn out and draining. I don't have enough energy to go back and forth with somebody about who snitched and saying, oh, well, they took it back, so they didn't snitch. I'm not with it, okay? So, like I said, y'all, I am going into the more of a news style. Now, again, I'm not just going to do just court all the time. Like I said, I dropped the Just Hilarious and the Breakfast Club video. Normally what I have been doing in the beginning. So I'm just going back to my roots, basically. And getting back to fact checking things, things like that. But, for those who have been around since the beginning, it won't be any kind of delay with you guys because you already know how it went. But to my newer people, some may flock off, some may stay. But either way, your girl gonna still be here dropping more content. Okay. Follow me on TikTok, y'all. I am trying to tap into other social media platforms. I have to get more persistent. I'm starting to drop more TikTok. So if y'all are on TikToks, make sure you follow Mickey Truth 2022 on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter, Truth22 Mickey. Of course, follow me on Instagram, Mickey Truth 2022. And I am on Snap, but I'm not on Snap. Haven't crossed into Snap like that yet, so we'll be all right with that. But other than that, y'all, that's pretty much it. I want to take this time to kind of just give an update on what's going on with the Mickey Truth brand. I won't be going live as much as I used to for now. And that's just because a lot of times I will now be out in the field, right? I will be at hearings and trials and I won't be able to go live. However, when we are covering a trial that is being streamed, right, we would definitely be live. Okay. Yeah. So basically that's what we at. Syndrome, man. Right. Like I said, look, maybe it never have been done, but I'm definitely gonna do it. Um, and I'm just to clarify, because it's like I got to a certain point, right? As far as on YouTube, where I found myself in a lot of drama, like to the point I feel like at least about a good 2 weeks, the video was drama, or responding to drama. And I'm like, no. Because that's how you burn yourself out, because you be like, F it. And I'm gonna be honest, it had came times where I was just like, man, I don't even feel like doing any content because it's being, overlooked with the drama. So when I made the decision to rebrand and get into the news sector, that was my main focus, to get back into, again, what I've been doing since the beginning. Just taking away the drama factor of it, because yeah. Now, as far as paperwork, so I'm gonna say this: when I am covering the case, of course, we're definitely gonna get into paperwork. We're gonna get into breaking that down again, just like it was in the beginning. But I'm not gonna be doing chase down paperwork because somebody dropped the paperwork. That I'm not doing that. Okay, like I did a lot of that in the beginning to show and prove what I can do or what I'm capable of doing. But I feel like at this point, hey, I just spent thousands in it and have not recouped that back. Okay. So I feel like at this point, for those up and coming YouTubers, right, that feel like they need to pull every document to show and prove. At this point, everybody know about Pacer. Again, the more wow factor is in the FOIA request documents, because it's not so easily accessible. So I am going to focus more into that, because it's no need for me to be paying Pacer $500 a month for everybody to have that same document. But the FOIA documents, where you actually have to request them and like do a little bit more to get them, is going to be where I will do my focus in. Just FYI for anybody that be wondering. So my goal is to attend more federal trials this year. So definitely, that's why I decided to cover Honeycomb Brazy, because his case is federal. So I'm going to attend more federal trials this year, and then that will omit having to even pay Pacer so much getting documents, right? Because to be honest, and I'm gonna be real, when I first got onto Pacer, I spent over $2,000 in the first 6 months pulling paper. And to be honest, some of the documents I still haven't even used, right? So if you just think about math, right? $2,000, do you know how many trials I could have attended for $2,000? Like, really? For $2,000, I could have attended multiple trials in different locations. So I just feel like at this point, business-wise, it makes more sense to utilize that money into traveling to attend trials. Because like I said, being inside the courtroom, and I'm going to use the O Block, was a different vibe. Even when I went to Quando Rondo's, it's a different rush. It's a different feeling than to just read the paperwork and, stuff like that. It's a whole different vibe. So that's just where I'm at with my branding. Facts, Jersey facts. So when it comes to federal cases, I will be more so trying to attend the trial than to run down every paperwork. Because like I said, the O Block case alone, I have spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Okay. Like, let's not even forget I did the whole BMF case. Okay. The Georgia, the Michigan, and the California. Okay. That was like 900 by itself. So again, it's just a adjustment. So a lot of people may, not understand it. So this is just me letting y'all in on the goals I have for the Mickey Truth brand this year. It's time to continue to grow and level up. That's one thing. I can't stay still or at a certain point because, you know, I'm never going to get to my ultimate ending with what I want to do. So, like I said, listen, Jersey, when I tell you, I actually, because y'all know it's tax season, okay? I had to get my receipts and stuff like that because, finally, this, you know, 2023 was the first full year of the Mickey Truth brand. So your girl is writing all this shit off, okay? So I was getting my receipts together, and when I totaled all my, and I'm talking about pay server, I'm not even talking about the state paperwork because y'all know I do a lot of Georgia cases and they definitely charge, okay? And Texas, what people don't know is things you can request from Texas that charge. Florida, not all Florida, but some of Florida charge. So, but just Pace Fed alone, right, was an expense. And all I'm thinking like, yo, although it was an investment because doing that made Mickey Truth known, right? Making me known. Like it set my foundation. However, I would be crazy to invest that money again. Because now I'm gonna tell you, it is a whole sector now, right? Of paperwork. I see them pop up every day. More and more people break down paperwork. And I salute everybody that does it. But, right? When I first started, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Even 1090 Jake has done transition into something else, right? I put my foot on their necks all last year for the whole year, right? So this year, I have to up the ante. So what's better than the up the ante than to instead of spending $3,000, and I'm just throwing out a number for the year, buying paperwork, invest that into traveling to the trials. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with it. So, like I said, you know, for those who may not like the change, I appreciate y'all for being a part of the journey thus far. And I understand if this is not going to be the content for you. But for those who have been with me since takeoff and have remained with me through the whole snitch epidemic, y'all already know what to expect because we started there. So that's just where I'm at, you know, with it. And I feel good about the decision. Like I said, next month your girl can finally get back monetized. Okay, it's been a long 90 days. But I'm proud that I stayed the course and didn't fizzle out like those people that was against me at hitting my page would have thought would have happened. But yeah, it's just all gas, no brakes. So, like I said, some of the content on my page, I don't even know if y'all been paying attention because I have still been dropping content, but I've been removing videos from my page. Exactly. Gotta keep elevating. So more videos will be moved around. Like y'all do know, I do have a backup page, but I'm gonna be honest, y'all. It's stressful enough keeping up with one page. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't feel like at this point right now I'm gonna really be pushing those pages like that. I have one in particular I probably will push because I will be doing the Mickey Truth After Dark podcast on that page. So if y'all have not subscribed to Mickey Truth After Dark, make sure you do so because that will be where the lives will take place, where you are welcome to come join the panel. And we're going to talk about real life shit, okay? We're going to talk about the adult conversations about real stuff, relationships, friendships, situationships, hell, entanglements if you want to. So definitely subscribe to that channel. But yeah, I'm gonna focus my energy, you know, on growing this page and growing that page. Okay, shout out to Zaria. Yeah, Zaria have been steady. Okay, so that's my focus, y'all. Like I said, Triple Threat Friday is still gonna be going full force. Our plan as a team for that is to continue to grow that to higher heights, and we have been making noise with that. And ultimately, we have to grow individually too, so that triple threat could be better, right? Because people come to see me, people come to see music, people come to see Marita Boy. So without us working hard individually, triple threat won't continue to grow. So shout out to them. Like I told y'all when we did our last live for last year, I never would have thought triple threat would even got to where it's at now. So we're gonna continue to do that. And we're all finding our own lane, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody that be rocking out with me. But back to the like I told y'all about the lives, okay? Like I said, it won't be a lot of lives. I'm gonna do at least one live a week plus triple threat, okay? But on Fridays, I'm gonna be honest. I fell asleep last night, okay, on triple threat Wednesday. So I be tired, okay? Mouthpiece, salute. So I'm gonna be trying to use my time wisely. So on Fridays, you probably won't get too much out of me until triple threat. And if y'all notice, I have been doing content every other day. I don't know if anybody has peeped that. I had a couple people ask me, was I okay? And I honestly didn't even do it on purpose. I did it because, like I said, I had some reaction from being sick that caught me. Like I was feeling better, and all of a sudden I felt bad, and I just was like, I didn't even respond to music and Marita Boy for a good 24 hours. And then I came back the next day and I dropped videos. And I said, hey, I kind of like doing that, just doing every other day. So like I said, yesterday I dropped content. Today I dropped content. I'm not going to drop nothing tomorrow unless something major happen. I'm going to focus on being prepared for triple threat. More interviews are going to be coming. So that's again going to be another reason why I won't be able to per se always drop content daily. My goal is to, since the type of content I'm going to be doing is more so case wise and more so like, you know, popular news, and it doesn't really take long. Like the whole thing with the Just Hilarious was very simple. It was more so my perspective of what's going on with that. So I'm going to try to have some things pre-scheduled or pre-recorded to drop, but just know you'll at least will get content from me every other day. Until I can get the hang of this new dynamic. Because at one point I was dropping every day, but I didn't really have time to do anything else. So, like I said, I just appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. It's a new year, a new set of challenges, of course, because like I said, hey, balancing all this is a lot by itself, okay? And that's the reason why I invested in doing, you know what I'm saying? You know what, sir? I want to know about that too, for sure. I invested in more equipment. I'm still learning. Y'all, look, I've been over here. Can y'all hear that? Because I got this little, what is called? Soundboard. But I don't know. Can y'all hear it? But I'm going to get the hang of it. Look, but yeah, so I'm working on the visual part of it. Shout out to everybody that took the poll. I asked if y'all like the new layout of the videos, because y'all, I actually have to do that by hand every video. Since I've been doing it for the past like 2 weeks or so, it's getting easier to do it, but I have to do it every video. But I do like the way it look. A lot of people, I did kind of like a what is it, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not a case study, but like I had some people like in my family and stuff kind of rate it, and a lot of people said it looked more like professional like that. So that's why I asked everybody like if they like y'all ain't hearing, because I got to figure out how to get that where y'all can hear it. Because when I was doing the video of the OnlyFans model, I was just pressing the button. I'm like, what damn? I don't hear. I can hear it in my headphones, but I don't hear it on the video. So I'm gonna work on that. But yeah, so y'all, we done came a long way. Okay, y'all remember when Bo used to have to get on here and do my lives for me because I couldn't even play audio or none of that. So we have came a long way. We still got ways to go. Shout out to Sco Gang, okay? Me and Sco actually is supposed to be cooking up something this year. So, and I'm talking about something in person. So that would be, when that happens, that's gonna be epic. Okay. Truth Team meets Sco Gang in person for sure. Cause y'all know Sco is my guy, but we have never met in person. So that's gonna be definitely a moment to remember this year. I'm gonna be collabing with other YouTubers, other, content creators. I'm working with some up and coming YouTubers and artists in my area. So I got a lot going on this year, but I just want y'all to know this is definitely home turf. I'm gonna definitely, okay, keep up with what's important to me, and that is bringing the facts. But I'm gonna pop shit at the same time, okay? So I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here because your girl, look, let me tell you, it's been so relaxing to do, like, schedule myself some downtime. I kind of caught up on my favorite show. Okay. Now, when y'all follow me on TikTok, I do get on there and do different things. Kind of like, not really a skip. I talk about different things. So I just start back talking about my shows, things like that. So I'm just finding balance in this, look, this new life of fame. But I appreciate y'all. I got to keep saying it because, like, so many people comment, they be like, yo, Mickey, I remember this. And I'm like, dang, it seemed like it was just yesterday. When New Age Plug dropped my first interview I ever did with them early last year, and they re-dropped in, and they was like, before the fame. I said, before the fame. And then, like I said, once I got out and about, where people be like, you're Mickey Truth and stuff like that. Because, at home, I'm going to be honest, okay? At home, they treat me just like a leader. They just be like, what's up, girl? Oh, I be listening to you, but they don't treat me like no celebrity. But I go somewhere else, it be weird. I ain't gonna lie, it be weird. Now, I ain't gonna say I'm an A-list celebrity yet, but I'm working my way up the alphabet. But it does, feel good. Jennifer, what it do? So it does feel good to have people, fans. I'll be honest. I remember in the beginning, a lot of people like, we're your viewers, we're not your fans, but I didn't came to the point I do have fans and I appreciate it. So just know we're gonna continue to grow. Like I said in the beginning, they may not hear us now, but our volume gonna go up each time. And if they have not realized by now, so many people have been sent to tear me down and I'm still standing, okay? Because at the end of the day, I stand on business, especially my business. So I appreciate y'all. And you know what? Let me end the live with my song. And I actually got a new song coming out. Y'all know I ain't gonna stop making my music now. Y'all know that's therapeutic. And I do it to irritate people too. So just know more music is definitely on the way. Okay. Definitely on the way. I'm actually working on one now. So y'all, add me on Spotify. Okay. Add me on Apple Music. Like, just add me. Okay. Supporters. Now, I definitely got supporters, but no, I'm gonna be honest. I do got some fans. Now, I'm not calling my viewers fans. I'm talking about in person. I get videos of people, kids, with my merch on. Shout out everybody. And yes, the website will be back up soon. Shout out to Loud Pack. He got some new designs coming. But I be having people send me photos or videos of their kids wearing my merch, saying, we love you, Mickey. So, like, again, I got supporters, I got fans, I got haters, okay? I got everybody, but yeah, I appreciate it so much, y'all. Y'all continue to turn me up, okay? With that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. And it is deuces until next time. Holla!
If you clean, then clear your name. Whichever way it go, it'll definitely be the truth.
Yeah, they be like, who is this Mickey Truth girl? Who qualifies her to put a work on these people?
Hey,
yeah, I'd rather be real than street any day. See me on YouTube, and I did it my way. Content driven, not by views, so you know they doubted me. Okay. Mickey talks the truth. Okay. Mickey shows the proof. Hey. Yeah, you got exposed, cause you know you wrong. Hey. If you never told what you word for. Okay. Paperwork, work is what I do. If I said it, then I meant it. Yeah, you know I'm a truth. Yeah, you know you wrong. Yeah, you know you did it. Yeah, you know you ready. Yeah, you know you snitching. Got exposed, now you wanna play victim. Jumping online, acting like you didn't. And you know you told with your chest out. Got in the room, couldn't close your mouth. Your deputy homeboy, what you tell about? Get the work, show the work is what I'm talking about. You already know Mickey Truthful, go get it. Pop out, get the work and put a crown with it. Queen of paperwork, you better put some respect on it. You already know that your fans want my stamp on it. Yeah, you street, and that might be for show. Do the street knows you already told. Mickey Truth, Mickey Fetch, yeah, I'm known for that. He a rat, you a rat, call you Rat Pack. Yeah, you got exposed cause you know you wrong. If you never told what you word for, see me on YouTube, and I did it my way. Content driven, not by views, so you know they doubted me. Mickey talks the truth. Mickey shows the proof. So yeah, girl, Mickey Truth, aka the queen of paperwork. And I just got one thing to say. I'm pulling work and you rappers ain't safe.
Ask about TZG, you gon' find out from every hood. So ask about me, it's like asking who the realest in it. Look me in my eyes, you can tell that I'm really with it. Just ask about it.
Just ask about me, man. Mickey Truth, queen of paperwork. A leader, whatever name you want to do, just ask about me. Hey.